This is the Westinghouse WGen7500c home backup portable generator. I picked it up because outages where I live aren't rare, and I wanted real household backup without juggling a pile of extension cords. My first reaction was pretty simple. This thing means business. It's the kind of tool you buy for storms and then quietly hope you never need. But when you do, you want it to feel rock solid and start up without drama. On the outside, it's a heavy, open-frame unit with a steel roll cage, blue tank on top, and a control panel that doesn't try to be cute. It's big and hefty, around 197 pounds dry, and the size makes it more of a roll-it generator than a lift-it generator. The wheel kit and the foam grip handle help, but I still plan my route before moving it, especially if the ground is soft after rain. The never-flat wheels are tough, though they don't soak up bumps like air-filled tires, so you'll feel the rattle over rough surfaces. The fit and finish feel rugged. The rubber outlet covers are a smart touch to keep dust and moisture out, and the fuel cap threads cleanly. The oil fill is tucked in a way that makes pouring without a spill a little finicky, even with a funnel. The VFT display shows voltage, frequency, and runtime hours. It's basic but useful for maintenance tracking. From my experience, setup took real effort because of the weight, but assembly itself was straightforward. Oil in, fuel in, a quick once-over on the panel, and I was ready. The electric start and remote key fob are clutch. I hit the button, and the 420cc OHV engine wakes up in a few seconds. The auto choke handled normal temps great. On colder mornings, I noticed a few seconds of hunting before it settled into a steady tone, which is normal for a carbureted engine. One detail that matters, the fuel shutoff solenoid relies on the battery. If that battery is completely dead, the carb may not feed fuel, even if you try the pull cord. Mine shipped with a battery already in the unit and a charger included, but I know that can vary by retailer, so double check when you buy. On fuel, the 6.6-gallon tank is the right size for overnight runs. With my typical outage load, fridge, freezer, some lights, router, and a 240-volt well pump cycling, it gave me about a full day on 2 fills. Roughly 11 hours and a moderate load, lines up with the spec. The built-in fuel gauge is handy, though I've seen it hang on full longer than reality. I add fuel stabilizer and rotate gas to keep things fresh because gasoline degrades, especially if it sits. Noise-wise, Westinghouse lists 72 dBA. In my opinion, that's not whisper quiet. Think vacuum cleaner energy in the yard. Placement matters. On concrete, it resonates more. On grass, it's less harsh but still very present, especially at higher loads. I keep it outside and away from windows, with the exhaust pointing away. CO is no joke. The CO sensor is a big safety feature. It will shut the engine down if it detects dangerous carbon monoxide levels. That's a lifesaver, but I still follow the basics. Outdoors only, far from doors and vents. Key features that stood out to me are the power and the transfer switch setup. This unit is 7,500 running watts with 9,500 peak watts. Running watts are what it can sustain. Peak watts are short bursts to handle startup surges from things like pumps or compressors. I wired it to a manual transfer switch through the L14-30R 120-240V outlet. That made it feel like real backup power. I flip a few breakers and my main circuits are live without draping cords everywhere. If you're new to this, a transfer switch is a safe, code-compliant way to feed selected home circuits from a generator. It prevents backfeeding the line and protects linemen. The outlets include GFCI-protected 120-volt duplexes for safety in damp conditions. GFCI is the same protection used in bathrooms and kitchens. It trips fast if it detects a ground fault. Now the electricity quality matters. This model uses automatic voltage regulation to keep voltage steady. And it does fine with motors and resistive loads, but it's not an inverter. The THD rating can be up to the low 20s, which means the sine wave isn't as clean as grid power. That's what people mean when they say dirty power. From my experience, my older LED bulbs flicker a hair, and some smart device chargers get warm. I don't plug sensitive electronics like my desktop or audio gear straight into it. I use a quality UPS or leave those devices off. If you need to run a modern furnace control board or sensitive medical equipment, check compatibility or consider an inverter generator for those circuits. As for performance under load, it's strong. I ran my well pump on 240 volts, fridge and freezer on 120 volt, lighting circuits and the microwave for short bursts. When the microwave kicks in, I hear the engine's tone deepen as the governor opens up, but it recovers fast. That's the 420cc engine flexing. The cast iron cylinder sleeve is one reason I chose it. In my opinion, that detail signals durability. It can take heat and wear better than an aluminum bore, and should help compression hold up over years. There are a few quirks. The oil drain location is awkward. My first oil change wasn't clean. Oil dribbled onto a cross member. I ended up making a little cardboard chute to guide the oil out, and later, I added a small drain hose to make future changes easy. The control panel is quick to learn, but the VFT display could use backlighting at night. And the weight is real. If you're planning to lift it into a truck bed, bring a second person or use a ramp. I also swapped the stock battery after a year for a better sealed WGen unit, and keep it topped off with the included charger during the off-season. That solved the "why won't it start after sitting" issue for me. It's perfect for homeowners who want to run real household loads during an outage. Well pump, fridge, freezer, lights, maybe a window AC or a small central system depending on total demand, and prefer a transfer switch setup. From my experience, the combo of remote start, long runtime, and stout power output hits the sweet spot for keeping a house livable when the grid is down. If you travel between job sites or want a lightweight unit you can toss in a trunk, this isn't that. And if your priority is ultra-clean power for sensitive electronics, look at an inverter or plan on a UPS for those specific devices. I'd recommend this for anyone in a rural or suburban home who can place the generator a good distance from living spaces and who values raw power and simplicity over ultra-quiet operation and pristine sine waves. If I were doing it again, I'd think about the dual-fuel version too. Gasoline works and it's strong, but propane storage is easier long-term and doesn't go stale. Still, this gas-only model has been dependable and straightforward once I learned its personality. In conclusion, the Westinghouse 9500 peak watt home backup portable generator feels like a workhorse. Key features that make it stand out to me are the remote electric start with the key fob, the transfer switch-ready L1430R outlet, the long runtime from the 6.6-gallon tank, the CO sensor for safety, and the durable 420cc engine with a cast iron sleeve. It's not silent, it's not light, and the power isn't surgical clean. But it starts when I ask, carries heavy loads without flinching, and keeps the essentials running until the lights come back. That's exactly what I bought it for. Please check the comments section for detailed information about the Westinghouse WGen7500c home backup portable generator. Thank you for watching.